Hello, good morning. Welcome to my Flosstube. My name is Olivia and my channel is Long Live the Stitcher. My channel is all about cross stitch, my obsession with cross stitch, and pretty much cross stitch. So if you're here and you're interested in cross stitch, well then, do I have the video for you? It's been a while since my last video, and I wish that I kept in touch with all of the wonderful people in this community. So first of all, hello to all of my stitchy friends. Just know that I see you, I watch your videos if you're a fellow floss tuber like my girl Julie up in Wisconsin. And it's very good to see you all, watching you on Instagram, seeing your work, or just seeing you guys in the comments. And then an email from a fellow cross stitcher that's just like warms my heart. So hello, welcome. It's so good to see you all. It is morning where I am. It is Sunday, February the 8th. I am drinking coffee this morning. It is Super Bowl Sunday in the United States, which is a huge holiday for those who observe. I'm not a big football fan, but I know and love people who are football fans, so I'll be doing that later today. Somebody mentioned that I used to always give a craft beer recommendation because I do love beer, not as much as I love cross stitching, but I do have a special place in my heart for beer, and I didn't do that last time. My mistake. So this is what I'll be drinking this evening, not in the morning time, but this evening while I'm watching the Super Bowl game. And that is a German beer, which I absolutely adore. This is a Weihenstephaner. If you're thinking, boy, there's a lot more letters in that than it sounds like it would be Weihenstephaner, you would be correct. But I've been told by my German-speaking friends, oh, this is a German beer. It's imported here in the United States. This one is the lager. I really like it. They also have a Weiss beer and I think a Hefeweizen as well, but I like the lager a lot. Yes, it said Weihenstephaner. I was told by my German-speaking friends, as I do not speak German. But I know I have some German-speaking followers and people who are watching part of the community. So if I'm saying it wrong, like, let your girl know so I can do better. So in this video, I'm going to talk briefly about my 2026 goals and then show you the work that I've been doing. So I'm gonna do a little bit, show you the whips that I've been working on that are kind of towards those 2026 goals. So goal number one, I want to finish some of the pieces that I have just like queued up for finishing. So if you've seen the last video that I put out back in November, I did a big long whip parade of everything I had. And I had, I think, 1, 2, 3, y'all count them, 3 pieces that the only thing that needed to be done is the back stitching. So I have 3 literally queued up, just waiting in a pile because I don't enjoy back stitching that I need to do. So I'm going to suck it up and I'm going to complete the back stitching and get those 3 finishes done. 2 of them are winter stitches. So one of them is my winter birds. The other one is Noel, which is a dimensions kit that's just absolutely beautiful. And I want to finish them while it's still some semblance of cold here in North Texas. It's going to be 80 degrees this week, so the cold is quickly leaving us. I hate it. My other goal is to finish more pieces than I start. So I think a lot of us get excited by new projects, new patterns we see, and goodness knows I am one of them. But this year, I really want to focus on getting some projects done, out the door. I'd love to have more things framed and on my wall. I want to do that rather than spending a lot of time starting new projects. So those are my goals. Finish the things that are on the cusp of being finished and start fewer pieces than I finish. We'll see how that goes. Second goal is to make significant progress on my Lady and the Unicorn piece. So this is a Scarlet Quince pattern. It is massive. It is roughly 140,000 stitches. And coming up in May will be the 5-year anniversary of me working on this project. I thought I could do it in 3. Fool. It's very long, it's laborious. I'm gonna show it to you in just a second because I have been stitching on it to work towards this goal. But right now, or when I wrote my goal, which was January 1st, I was at 82,500 stitches completed of roughly 140,000. So there are 56,000 stitches left. And I would like to get roughly 2,000 stitches done each month in this somewhere this year so that I get somewhere close to 20,000 stitches done, get a good chunk of it off and that good chunk of it off, that's 2,000 stitches on one piece in a month is a lot. But that'll mean I finish it in 3 years. I would like to get this done. So I'm going to start putting in some serious time, serious effort into it, which I don't mind because it is my favorite piece. It is my favorite. I'm not pretending like I love all my whipped children equally. No. Lady and the Unicorn is my favorite piece. So I am delighted to spend more time on it and have more time in her loving arms. So those are my goals for progress. My third goal is to continue some of the traditions that I've been a part of. My favorite one so far is taking part in Manning May. That is where I select, and lots of other Flosstubers on Instagram and on YouTube, we all participate in this. And that is in May, we start a pattern by the designer Carolyn Manning. She has beautiful, beautiful works. A lot of them are very quilt inspired, just lovely pieces. And I want to do at least one of her pieces starting this May. I've done Manning May for the past 2 years. We're gonna keep it going for the third. So when April comes and I start talking about that, I hope you guys take a look at Carolyn Manning's designs. You can find her on Instagram, on the, put Carolyn Manning into the Google, you'll find her. Take a look, her stuff is gorgeous, gorgeous. And there's a lot of variety in it too. It's not just one kind of way. I'm also going to try something new this year. Whether that be doing something that's like a blackwork design using variegated threads. I have variegated threads that I found at the thrift store, but I haven't used them. I don't know how to use them, and I would like to. I'd like to start experimenting with this. To do something that's blackwork, I haven't done a blackwork piece since I first started cross-stitching maybe 4 years ago. I'd like to get back into that, and I also want to try something that has metallic threads. I have not done that. Everyone says metallic threads are the bane of their existence. I'm gonna find out for myself. Maybe I will curse the day I decided to do this, but I'm gonna try. Oh, and beading. I haven't done a piece that has any beading to it, and I wanna learn how to do that. So those are some of my goals to try new things. And then finally, I think this one's kind of a loosey-goosey, I'm less passionate about this goal, but to try and get a couple of the pieces that I have that are either a fourth or a third of the way done. So really kind of new starts still that have been lingering, usually for more than a year. I would like to kind of push them towards the halfway point, start pushing them down the line and getting some progress on that. So those are my 2026 goals. Lots of, I don't think it's too ambitious, but here we go. Come watch and see. If you were thinking, boy, Olivia, it's a long time in between your YouTube videos, the stitching never stops. Me getting in front of a camera, that one's hit or miss sometimes, but the stitching never stops. And I'm posting more often about that on my Instagram channel. You can find me on Instagram under my handle, Long Live the Stitcher, and see some of the things I have more often there. So let's get to the whips. Y'all here for the stitching, right? Let's do the stitching. So the first whip that I have is the one I'm working on the most, my Lady and the Unicorn. So like I said, this is a Scarlet Quince design that is based off of the Lady and the Unicorn tapestry series. Let me get in there close for you so you can see. This is the full pattern. She massive, y'all. She massive. Actually, let's do it this way. Yeah, oh, that's much better. Look at her go. Yeah, it's this beautiful medieval piece. There's a series of 6 of them. They are found in France, housed in France at the Musée de Cluny in Paris. Gorgeous. I had a chance to go on a Lady and the Unicorn field trip in August, got to Paris and got to go see them again. And I'm gonna make a separate video about that because it was awesome. So I am doing this piece with the called for DMC, and here she is. Oh. I've done it's about this much completed on this, but here she is. So you can see, I'm just gonna be behind it. You don't need my face, we're here for this. We have our lion here, which is a lion designed by someone who has never seen a lion before. We have our lion and the tree. This is the lady here, the famed Lady and the Unicorn. She is playing an organ that her lady in waiting is operating the bellows of. And then over here, we've got the beginnings of a unicorn. So I have been stitching this across this swath right here, and I recently changed the way I've been doing it, where once I put a color on my needle, I do not take that color off of my needle until I have it parked for the next time. So I'm not stopping along the way like I do, which means the back, Oh, the back is ugly. That doesn't matter. I'm making faster progress. So this month, I really made a lot of progress from this way over into this beautiful pattern with the tablecloth. It's a gorgeous pattern, but please know this is a massive section of just confetti stitches. So it is one color in about every 300 block section. So it's you do one stitch, you do one stitch, you do one stitch. It's very time consuming. So, but I'm getting really close. I think within this month, I'll have this part done. And then once I get over here, especially once I get to the unicorn, which is just all white, I'll be making a lot faster progress. So you can see my system of parking here. So I have all of my threads parked and saved. I have them wrapped up in these little girl's hair bows that I got for my stepdaughter because she doesn't use them anymore. She's a woman. And I have them all attached to the plethora of needle minders that are attached here. So that's how I keep this thing organized. There are about 120 different colors, 120, almost all of them are blended colors, meaning there's just about as many individual DMC colors. So organization is necessary. But here she is, the lady in the unicorn. You're gonna see her every month, so get ready. Exciting. I'm very excited how that progress has been going, how that progress has been progressing. So next up is a piece I don't have with me, but this is something I started 2 years ago. It is called the Winter Sampler. I got this from the Just Cross Stitch magazine, which is a British publication. I saw that and went, wow, that is just beautiful. So this is a picture from the magazine that I printed because I had the digital version. Guys, I thought I couldn't get it in the United States. You can. I just ordered it. It's going to be amazing. Okay. So there we go. And I'm going to put up here the latest picture of my progress. As you can see, not a lot. I just have essentially what is this ice skating rink done, and I want to make more progress. This one does not get as much love as I would like because it is housed at my office. So it is being stitched with the called for DMC. I'm doing it on a gray even weave, and I wish I could tell you the maker, but I don't have it here. Next time, guys, next time. So it's my office stitch. I started having to cross stitch. As many of you know, cross stitch is I came to it because I was managing, just being really stressed, going through graduate school. And it was the thing that made I would start stitching and my shoulders came down. And I was like, oh, wow, I can actually sleep at night now instead of being racked with anxiety. And that's how I came to love cross stitching. So I was working at a law firm that was really stressful. And so I had started having a stitching project there. And when I was just in it, I would set a 5-minute timer for myself and I would stitch for 5 minutes, just kind of close my office door, stitch for 5 minutes, let the cortisol levels start falling down, and then go back to work. Well, I'm in a new law firm now that is both busier, so I don't have the luxury of taking stitching breaks as much as I did, but it's also less stressful. So I don't have the stress need, the anxiety need to stitch as much. So that piece, my work piece, has not gotten as much love and attention as it deserves, but I'm gonna be a little more intentional about that too. Just because I'm not stressed doesn't mean I can't take a stitch break, right? Everybody gets a lunch break. So my next piece, I'm gonna show you my next whip, is one I started actually this year. Well, I say this year, in 2025. I started it in 2025 as my travel stitch. So you may have seen my video, my top 5 tips for traveling with cross stitch, because I love to take cross stitching on the road with me. And by on the road, I mean I stitch in planes, I stitch in cars, I stitch on trains, I stitch while I'm waiting for all of these things. I've stitched literally sitting in a train terminal in the middle of nowhere, France. I love stitching while I'm traveling. So I knew in 2025, I had a couple of planned trips coming up and I said, I'm gonna have a piece that is just my travel piece. And that piece I chose was from my Just Cross Stitch magazine subscription. And this is called Bluebirds and Blooms. And I thought, oh my goodness, one of those pieces that I saw and went, oh, gorgeous, just gorgeous. I have to do it. So I have been doing it. And let me show you just how much. Look at her. Beautiful. Just gorgeous. It is a testament to how much I have traveled that this is all the way done like this. So it really is very close to all the way done. I've got the two birds almost completely done. We got to fill in a little bit of this buddy's wing. We got to get the rest of the tail. There's a little bit of the bloom's foliage left to done, but then comes the back stitching. There's going to be quite a bit of back stitching, but it'll really make it pop. And I think it's going to be absolutely lovely. I don't know if I'm going to wait for the next travel to get it done. It's really close. It's really close. So I think I might just keep going with it. So I stitched this one on 32 count Belfast linen. The color is called Vintage Blue Whisper. And I got it on a 123 Stitch, 123stitch.com. Love it. Stitching it with the called for DMCs. And I'll put up the designer information because I think her work is absolutely lovely. Okay, last up, the pieces that I've been working on for the year 2026. So because I'm sinking so much time and I'm prioritizing putting time into my Lady and the Unicorn, I'm making myself start each month with the Lady and the Unicorn until I reach a benchmark point. And that benchmark is like 2,000, 1,800 stitches. And once I'm done with that, then I'll let myself put it away and then pull out something else that's fun. So it kind of incentivizes me to like really push through and get my numbers so that I can pull out something different. It's the 8th. I've already gotten 650 stitches on Lady and the Unicorn, so we're barreling towards it. So my next up is the stitch along that I'm doing with the Huga Stitcher, Samantha. It is the Live in the Summer Sal doing the Summer Quaker by Lila Studios. Absolutely gorgeous piece. No idea why I'm doing it in the dead of winter, but here we are. I just think it's beautiful. I made quite a bit of progress on it this past time, which I am excited to say. So here is the whole kit and caboodle. So I finished all the way across the top. As you can see, I am, let's see if I can fold this up so I can show you. This past time, you can just look at those little crabs. Aren't they cute? Super cute. We got a sand dollar over here and a fishy, but I did this section all the way down. That's the end of a page right there. So I did this section this past month. Was really pleased to get back to it. I had stitched on this, just like this section, this Quaker and these couple motifs last summer while I was watching a particular TV program that was on Netflix that was like creepy. I don't know if anybody else saw the HMS Terror series. I like historic stuff, so I thought, oh, this will be perfect. That show is like disturbing creepy. And so it kind of like, I associated the disturbing creepy with stitching on this, and I needed a little like break on it. Isn't that silly? But that's where my brain was. It's funny how I associate what I'm working on with what I was viewing or listening to at that time, like when I've done audiobooks. Anyway, so this is my first piece that has all these big Quaker motifs and the big things, and that's what these are called. They're called Quakers. They are symmetrical. That's one of the things, is they're kind of like mandala-esque in that they have symmetry to them, except for some reason I cannot stitch them symmetrically. Every single one of them, and I do mean every single one of them, has an error, a significant off-kilter symmetry error based on me counting incorrectly. So some of them are more obvious than others. When I get this done, maybe I'll post some close-up pictures and we can play a game of like find the wonky stitching, find where it's off. But I am a believer in fudging it rather than frogging for the most part. So if it's something that's really obvious, I'll obviously go back, pull out the stitches, do it right. But for the most part, I'm kind of like, I'm gonna be the only one that knows it. And maybe you guys will be people who see it too, because I told you. But most people wouldn't know. I can frame that, I can put it on the wall, I can point it out to my friends and family and say, look at this beautiful piece. And they're just gonna go, oh, geez, that's so great that you did that. Also, nerd. No one's gonna see the imperfections. So I choose to let the imperfections go, keep it kind of like a little funny Easter egg for myself that they're wonky, but that's my belief. So the Summer Quaker, I'm stitching with the called for DMC. It's on 32 count linen and flax. And I'm doing it 2/2. I typically stitch on linens and even weaves 2/2. I like 32 count, 2/2. I think it gives it a fuller stitch look, and I like that coverage. Okay, those are my whips. Next up, I would show you haul sometimes, but I have so much haul. I'm trying not to buy more. I don't need it actually. But I saw some really amazing textile art that I want to share with you all. So there's a artist that I saw on Instagram years ago. Her name is Han Cao. She's based out of Texas like me. And she does this amazing art where she puts embroidery and cross stitch over images. And I had a chance actually to go see one of her art exhibits yesterday. It was so beautiful, and I wanted to share with you some of the images. So this is one piece that she did where she took these, it's an old image. She had it blown up. So this was huge. It was like movie poster size. But this is all seed stitched. This is all embroidery that she had put on top of it. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to show you ones that had the cross stitching on it, because remember this is a cross stitch channel. So I bought a book of the postcards. It has a whole bunch of like the embroidery pieces. They're really, really nifty. Y'all need to check out her stuff. But I wanted to show you the ones out of this book that are the cross stitching, like this. So this is a vintage postcard that she must have found in a vintage shop, and she stitches on top of the postcard. So it's this lovely three-dimensional work. I just think that's lovely. And this one is my favorite piece, what really drew me to her work. Ta-da! These pansies, I actually think it's meant to be viewed this way. Yes, yes, yes. This one is in portrait. But look at that. And the way it just so almost seamlessly blends between, she did such a good job matching the color. Such a good job. Anyway, I had to show you. Her name is Han Cao. She is an absolute genius. Her work is beautiful. It's delicate. Some of it's kind of social commentary, the way she stitches over family pictures and things like that. So maybe you'll enjoy it. And I would love to see what you're enjoying. So tell me about your projects. Tell me, have you seen an artist that's using textiles, that's using floss, that's doing something creative? Because like literally, Han is working with DMC floss, just like you and me, just an artist like you and me. So tell me what you're working on. Tell me what beers you're drinking and how life is going. It's so nice to see all my stitchy friends. You guys take care of yourself.